Another pearl from Rumi. Let us begin. Once upon a time, a wandering Sufi set out on a long journey. After traveling far and wide, through winding roads and endless horizons, he arrived at a dervish lodge just as darkness fell. Seeking shelter for the night, he tied his donkey in the stable and made his way inside. There, he took his place at the head of the gathering with his fellow dervishes, soon sinking deep into a state of silent, mystical meditation. When their prayers and reflections ended, a warm meal was brought to the guests. It was then that the Sufi remembered his loyal animal. He turned to the lodge's servant and said, "Please, go to the stable and give the donkey some straw and barley." The servant sighed deeply, shaking his head. "Heavens above," he exclaimed, "what needless words! I have been tending to these duties since time immemorial. This is my craft." The Sufi, sensing a flicker of unease, added, "Make sure to soak the barley first. The donkey is old and his teeth are no longer strong." "Heavens!" the servant replied, puffing out his chest. "O wise master, why do you lecture me so? It is from me that others learn the art of hospitality. First, take off his saddle," the Sufi instructed gently, "and apply some soothing ointment to his back." The servant groaned, "Heavens, O healer of souls! I have welcomed hundreds of thousands of guests like you, and every single one left fully satisfied. A guest is our lifeblood, one of our own. Give him water, but make sure it is lukewarm," the Sufi urged. "Heavens! Now you are truly embarrassing me," the servant snapped. "Mix only a little straw into the barley," the Sufi continued. "Heavens! Enough of this talk," the servant muttered, cutting him off. "Sweep his stall. Leave no stones or pebbles. If the ground is damp, scatter some dry earth over it," the Sufi requested. "Heavens, old father, heavens," the servant cried. "Save your words when you send a master to do a master's job and groom his back," the Sufi concluded. "Heavens, father, have some shame," the servant scoffed. With that, the servant tied his robes tightly around his waist and declared, "I am off. First, I shall fetch the barley and the straw." He walked out, but the stable never even crossed his mind. He had simply tricked the Sufi. Instead, he returned to his friends and began laughing, mocking the Sufi's endless worries. Exhausted from his long journey, the Sufi finally closed his eyes and drifted into sleep. But his spirit found no peace. Dark, mystical dreams began to haunt him. In his first dream, a wolf ambushed his donkey, tearing mercilessly at its back and thighs. The Sufi woke up with a gasp, whispering, "Heavens, what a terrible, meaningless nightmare. Where is that kind servant now?" He fell back asleep, only to be plunged into another vision. This time, he saw his donkey walking along a treacherous road, stumbling into deep wells and falling into dark pits. Haunted by these ominous visions, the Sufi spent the night waking up in terror, reciting prayers for protection. Meanwhile, in the bleak reality of the stable, the poor donkey lay amid stones and filth, his saddle twisted sideways. Exhausted from the journey, starved and neglected, he spent the night hovering between life and death. In his silent misery, the donkey whimpered, "O Lord, I ask no more for barley, just a single handful of straw would do." In the silent language of his suffering heart, he cried out, "O Holy Ones, have mercy. I am burning away under the cruelty of this careless, unrefined servant." The wretched animal endured his torment on his side until the pale light of dawn finally broke through the cracks of the stable. When daylight came, the servant returned. Without a shred of pity, he roughly straightened the saddle and immediately struck the donkey with a heavy stick. He treated the animal exactly as one would expect from a soul as hollow as a stray dog. Stung by the sharp pain of the whip, the donkey leapt up. He had no human tongue to speak of his agony, no words to tell his tale. When the Sufi mounted the donkey to resume his journey, the animal began to collapse face first onto the ground at every single turn. Passers-by rushed over to lift the beast each time it fell, assuming it was struck by some sudden illness. One person examined its ears, another checked its palate for wounds, another searched its hooves for trapped stones, while someone else noticed a dark mist clouding its eyes. They turned to the Sufi and asked, "What is the meaning of this? Just yesterday, didn't you give thanks, boasting that this donkey was strong and vibrant?" The Sufi sighed, his voice heavy with ancient wisdom. "A donkey, whose only food last night was heavens above, can only walk like this. When an animal's night ration is nothing but empty promises, and it spends the night chanting prayers of suffering, it will naturally spend its day bowing down to the earth." O mankind, many who walk this earth are consumers of human souls. Do not be deceived by their smiling faces or their charming veneer. Recognize the respect and courtesy of shallow, base-natured people for what it truly is, nothing more than the false devotion of that deceptive servant. To walk your path in utter solitude is infinitely better than to seek comfort in the hollow respect of those who lack a true soul.